We're going to try this once again. It's back again. All right. Should be working now. I can see my screen. I can see all the comments. This should hopefully be working now. Sound on, visual good. Hi there. Be back. Thumbs up. All right, perfect. I closed the VPN. I closed about 15 tabs for a whole bunch of other news things, and I hope I can remember them. And I had some other, like a live Bitcoin price thing that was open. I assume that was also a culprit as well. How you doing? Should go live now. Groundhog Day. It's not Groundhog Day. Can you see me? I never noticed that your computer is in German. Yeah, I switch my computer between multiple languages. I mean, I only know 3 languages, but I like to switch it back and forth, or I have different things between the languages that I know, just so I don't forget them if I'm not in a particular country. I like to make sure that I just don't forget. Like, I have a couple things that are like completely in French. I think my phone is in French. Welcome back. Good sound. Video. Go. Okay, perfect. Whew. Someone said VPN is BS. Yeah, I mean, when it just doesn't work out properly, of course. Good job, bud. You got it going. Hello, sup, bud. All right, everyone. Yes, I'm finally live streaming again. I know it's been a very long time. I do apologize for that. I meant to. There was a time when I was actually, I think I was live streaming like thrice a week. And for some reason that just completely fell off. I think I became so obsessed with just like making normal news videos that the entire whatchamacallit live stream thing completely just collapsed to the side. Yo, TMI, I've missed you. Here we go. No notification, damn YouTube. Yeah, so the probably no notification. So anyway, for anyone who's here right now, I think this is important to say. If you haven't before, there's like that little bell notification thing. Make sure to click that on as well. Because for some reason, it's not just my channel, it's a whole bunch of other channels as well. Tons of people have been saying that there's like a huge problem when it comes to the actual, like getting notifications thing on YouTube. Ah, crap. People saying it's lagging in and out. I don't know. I have no idea what's causing that. It could be because it's late. It could be because I have too many devices on. I have a lot of stuff linked to the Wi-Fi. It could be the PS4. It could be a lot of things. Ah, crap. I know. It's crap. I don't understand what's going on. Everything seems to work every other time. I can't turn the internet off any other devices, and now I see it lagging on the screen as well. What else can I do? Almost dropped the computer. Someone said, what is slower, Bitcoin or his internet connection? I think they're in a race right now. Very, very slow race. I have no idea what's going on. I can't figure it out. I closed a whole bunch of stuff. I closed down the VPN. I think I only bought like 2 extra devices this entire year, so that they couldn't be that. It has to just be, maybe there's like a chipmunk outside that's cutting my cables. Thank you very much. XRP Agent says, welcome back, good sir. We missed you. Keep up the good work and Happy New Year to you and your family. Thank you very much. Actually, give me like 45 seconds. I'm going to see if there's another device somewhere that I can turn off. Is that a thing? If you turn off devices, does that also help the internet? Give me half a second. YouTube's not fair. Restart the stream. Yeah, that's the problem. I restarted the stream already. Buffering, downgrade quality, bro. It's too laggy. Can't understand you. We can't. Oh my gosh, this is so frustrating. All right. It's not a new computer. It's just the internet. For some reason, it's just not working. It was working fine before. All right, everybody. This is like our I mean, we're on a roll at least. It's about our 8th time this year. It was like a 4th time trying to have a live stream. And it just doesn't work. Well, I'll figure out something. Downgrade quality will not load. I don't get it. I refreshed and got back in. Rewind and listen. Upgrade your internet. You're back. Fine now. Working again. Getting 5 seconds of streaming between 10 seconds of lab. Good now. Working. What do you think about ETH 2.0? Works now. Okay, for some reason it's working for everybody, and I'm not exactly sure what did it. I'm shocked. I didn't do anything except for nothing. Aluminium foil for your head. Yeah, I know. I need something at this point. I have no idea what's going on. I think it's gonna lag again. I'm so sad. I can feel it's going to start lagging again. Why does it do that? That's the weirdest thing in the entire world. Yeah, I turned the VPN off. So whenever I open up the actual like OBS page on the screen, there's no more lag. I don't know what's going on. It has to be something with the actual just internet then. BSV interface. Frees up bandwidth. Yeah, it's no, I turned the entire VPN off. Maybe I have to like restart the computer. I have no idea. It seems to be working now. No one seems to be complaining about the sound, but the actual screen itself that I'm looking at is the one that says like Bitcoin in 2020, 3 possible scenarios. But that's not the screen I have my computer on. So it's like everyone can hear me perfectly fine. But the I don't know if people are lying or not. Some people say that it's working perfectly fine. Some people say that it's working like great. Some people say it's working okay. Other people say they can't hear me. Other people say they can see the screen. I have no idea. Someone says nothing streaming. Someone says it's fine. Sound just came back. Someone said dial up sounds good. How do I... Huh. Well, yeah, so the weird part... this is so frustrating. Can you slow the chat down? I think I already have it on one of the slowest modes. I think it's just a lot of people who are actually in it. You're fine, TMI's working, no lag or jitter. It's working, so don't change anything. I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to move, I promise you. I'm not doing a thing. The actual screen that I have it on my computer is the actual cryptocurrency price one right now. Yeah. All right, so the idea I thought for this video was kind of like a, not like an ask me anything kind of thing, but kind of just like let her rip. Let's talk about anything. Ask me questions, what you think you want to know, what you think I can talk about, or like I'm very interested in the entire Bitcoin in 2020. We are not that far away from it right now. And I keep reading tons of articles that are talking about all the stuff that's going to be happening with Bitcoin. And a lot of it is kind of like, it's not that it's out there, but I sit there sometimes and I'm like, okay. And I remember even when, if you all remember around, let's say around 2017, like the stuff that we used to talk about, like, oh my gosh, like a couple years from now is going to be 2020. And then Bitcoin's going to have all this crazy stuff. And now we're like actually here. So it's kind of, I want to use the word surreal that we're finally at this moment. Oh, for those of you also who don't know, who may be unaware, kind of, if you kind of want to say that, about the entire thing, why I was gone. So the news was, or what apparently happened was, is that this is the news that I got and a couple of other people got as well about what was happening with those couple of days. The news spreading around was that apparently some people on Reddit and some people on Telegram had a grudge against certain YouTubers. I think I was not one of them, so I was told. And apparently what ended up happening is that this person and or people said that they hated certain YouTubers and therefore that they were going to flag their videos as inappropriate, as flag them as whatever. Like my videos got flagged as like hateful comments or something like that, like hateful, inappropriate comments. No. Mine was harmful material. That's what mine got actually flagged as. You guys saw the thing on Twitter. And apparently that's what happened to everyone else's channel as well. So that kind of, I mean, yeah. It really just is what it is. I tried discussing it in one of my like first videos when I came back, but it's really just a nonsensical thing. The person who I saw that was sending messages around, I got information from I believe another YouTuber. Hello out there if you're listening. And we were just kind of discussing it. What we both saw was that there was some person, I believe on Telegram, who said that he hated another YouTuber who I think he said was racist and shouldn't have a channel because he was scamming people. And then I saw a couple of people, I don't know if you saw it, I definitely saw it, because I remember reading it and I was like, what's going on? Some people said that they didn't like my channel because I was a scammer and I kept on shilling Dash. And I was like, well, I know it wasn't my channel because I keep telling people not to invest in Dash because it's a coin that has private transactions. Thank you very much, YSim, for your donation. It says, you are my favorite YouTuber by far. Thank you very much. I do appreciate the support. Like really, really, really though. So I forgot where I was. The entire point was, people started writing on my channel. I saw a couple of comments. People were like, I'm glad that you're gone. You're a scammer. People were talking about it's really weird as well because I know that these people didn't watch any of my videos at all. People were talking about that I was scamming. I was shilling lumens trying to get people to buy it, and I was like, nope, wrong coin again. Like no one really made a lot of sense, and I kept on seeing the comments, and now they've all but disappeared. The people who were lurking in the shadows once before. Now that my channel is back, they're no longer posting, but for about a good 3, 4, 5 days I kept on seeing these comments. Anyway, that's what happened. Someone says, okay, wait, I think people are seeing the black screen now. Maybe you should all be seeing the actual color one now. So there is a lag between what I'm doing and between what you're seeing. That much I can tell. But I think a lot of you should now be seeing the actual one of the cryptocurrency prices. Someone just said, are you going to talk about the possibility of Bitcoin going down? It's entirely a possibility. I don't want people to ever be mistaken. I'm in cryptocurrency because I love it. I'm in cryptocurrency because I personally believe in the long-term prospects of the cryptocurrency market and where it potentially could go. But never, ever, ever forget, and this is something that I think people push way to the back of their minds, there is a huge possibility that Bitcoin could also go down to zero. Bitcoin could, in some sort of way. Like there's tons of possibilities for everything. I remember growing up, like there were so many different websites, so many different stores, so many different malls that people were like, oh, they're never going to go bankrupt. It's never going to die. Nothing is forever on this planet. Nothing, not one single thing. So there's always a possibility that Bitcoin could realistically also just completely hit zero. There could be another coin that completely usurps it. There could be another blockchain that appears. There could be a government-based digital crypto coin currency that completely also takes over the entire world. Anything can happen. Anything on this planet. Just from what I've seen, if you saw the video that I posted earlier on Twitter, it's not my video. It's one, I can't remember the name of the YouTube website. They posted, it's called like the blockchain revolution, although the future of blockchain or the future of crypto. I forgot exactly what it was. And just the indication, this is why I told people, and that's why I linked it. And I was telling people to look at it. It's, in my eyes, I feel like something definitely is happening behind the scenes. And I don't mean like price manipulation, which is also probably a thing as well. But I mean, as far as like the actual future usage of cryptocurrency, there's far too much happening behind the scenes, and there's far too much money being pushed into the market, even if it's just over the counter, and far too much infrastructure being built for this not to go anywhere, for this to all completely implode in like a year, even 2 years, 3 years, 4 years seems completely unrealistic, especially when all the, keep in mind the entire most important part is all the major people, the people who are making the monetary policies for this planet, the people who make money, the people who are making the money rules, they're all into cryptocurrency. A lot of them have announced before that they're either mining Bitcoin, buying Bitcoin, something Bitcoin. They have subsidiaries who are getting into cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. It's like, okay, it's a bit too obvious at this point. There is, of course, the possibility. And I, you know what? I wouldn't even go any further on that one topic. I'll leave it completely at that. There is, of course, a possibility that in some universe, even this one, that Bitcoin could completely, the entire cryptocurrency market could completely go to zero. That is a possibility. End quote. Thank you very much for I'm a queued. What do you think of the Plan BS stock to flow ratio, 100K Bitcoin 2020 to 2012? I see it now. You said, what do you think of Plan B's stock to flow ratio? I thought you said, what do you think of Plan BS stock to flow ratio? That is actually one of the major things that I think we as a family need to discuss, because like I said, it's getting real. It's no longer the situation that we had before where we were like, oh yeah, it's 3 years away. It's like, now it's here. When I mentioned in the other videos, the whole like it's either put up or shut up. That's it. It's here. It's right now. A lot of one of the main reasons we've had other Bitcoin price predictions before that they're not new. We've had a plethora of them before. The part that I find interesting is that we're now getting the calculations, and I'm pretty sure Plan B was also one of the people as well who was like a major figure in the traditional financial world. He's basing his stuff off of his research that he did before from the traditional financial world, and the stuff that we're getting now is that a lot of the analysts are no longer just people, forgive my wording, it's no longer just people from crypto who got into crypto like 2 years ago who are like, oh yeah, the chart's going up, the chart's going down. It's now people who are looking at like really long term. Like there was one on CNBC a couple of days ago, like a day or two ago, and they were looking at a chart. And it was like this really weird linear chart, and it was like, it showed the actual growth of Bitcoin on this log chart going completely up. And they said it's remained unbroken for the past 10 years. And they said, even if this just continues for the next 10 years, we're going to see a price of $1 million Bitcoin. And everyone bickers and goes, oh, I don't think that's going to be an actual thing. And it's like, they're doing like, it's not even just Plan B anymore. It's tons of other people who are coming to the exact same conclusion that this is probably where Bitcoin's price is going to be. And I think the main part is that I think it's scary for a lot of people to actually come to that reality, because the idea of a $50,000 Bitcoin with a $1 trillion market cap means that Bitcoin is, there are very few things on this planet worth $1 trillion, and it usually takes more than 10 years to reach that. A $1 trillion anything, especially a $1 trillion market cap, leads us to a situation where Bitcoin then becomes an actual threat for other countries. And then we get to the entire topic of, can other countries, or would other countries try to start dismantling Bitcoin, shutting up shop, turning off mining hardware and all this other stuff. I think it's fascinating. Once again, we're almost here. This is the most important part. We are, 3.5, 4 days away from the new year. Then we have 364 days to really see if all these crazy price predictions are going to come true. We have the whole McAfee thing. He said 1 million and then he said 2 million. We have the Plan B thing. I think he said between $50,000 to $100,000 Bitcoin. And then you get all the other stuff that goes up to the year 2024. And then like at the next halving, the Bitcoin could potentially be 1 to 2 million. And it's kind of like, it's mind boggling because where we are right now, Bitcoin's price is at 7,300. And it's like, could Bitcoin actually go to 50,000? Could Bitcoin hit, I'm like slamming my face into the microphone. Could Bitcoin actually hit these crazy astronomical numbers? And it's like, no one really knows, but why are so many people coming to the exact same conclusion over and over and over and over and over again that Bitcoin is going to do exceptionally well? And this is the thing that continues to fuel me, if you will. Whew, out of breath. Someone said, thank you very much, Shaggy. It says Shaggy at 0.1%. Thank you very much for your donation. It says, nope, passed it. Where to go? There we go. Love your videos. Keeping up the great work. Did you hear about OmiseGO releasing mainnet soon? Yes. I was actually going to talk about that, I think, in the next video. I was shocked about it. Like, in general, completely shocked. Not even half shocked. I was like completely like, okay, is this going to actually happen? Because the people from OmiseGO have been talking for a very long time. I believe it was also, I want to say 2017, if not 2018. It's been quite a journey with the people from OmiseGO. So the fact that they could, and it's all lining up as well. Think of what just happened the entire other time. We had information that Ethereum was getting ready to launch their, they launched the upgrade at the beginning of December. We just had information that they're trying to do another hard fork. There's some other upgrade on the 1st of January as well. The other planned Ethereum 2.0 one is also supposed to happen. The other etching of Ethereum 2.0 is also supposed to happen at the beginning of January as well. And then the rest of the rollout of 2.0 will happen in subsequent parts of 2020. And the people who've been working closest with the people from Ethereum have been OmiseGO working on Plasma. And now they're also like, oh yeah, now we're also going to release our mainnet as well. It's like, everything's fitting into perfectly. I feel like, and it's kind of the really weird part. I feel like a lot of this has been done because of timing. I feel like a lot of people have been waiting for a lot of things to be released in 2020 simply because it has the sound of that year. There's news, apparently, allegedly, Apple's going to be releasing some type of like augmented reality glasses. Microsoft is planning something. Like every single major company apparently has been planning something for the year 2020. And this is why I feel like a lot of companies, crypto companies, updated, upgraded, had information, had all that other stuff done sometime this year, and none of them just released any news because everyone's waiting on the bullishness of 2020. That's just how I feel. I definitely heard about the OmiseGO thing. I'm very, very excited. If you saw before, like I said, I still have my OmiseGO. I still have all my other altcoins that I ever spoke about before. And OmiseGO was one of my favorite projects. They just never release news. The people from OmiseGO do not release news. And it's kind of like all right, we want to, what's going on? Are you upgrading? Are you updating? Has something happened? Are you working on Plasma? We had nothing from them. And now apparently that's the crazy, crazy, crazy part. Thank you very much, James Smith. It says, thank you. I listen every morning while getting ready for work. I get that a lot. And I'll be honest with you. I didn't know that people did that. And it makes me feel like a newscaster. I don't know what. I'm glad that I can be a part of the beginning of your day. Please, as always, if you're driving or doing something crazy, pay attention to the road. Just in case, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Thank you very much, XRP Venture, for your donation. It says, glad you're back. I start every day at 6 a.m. with your videos. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for what you do, XRP Venture. I try my best. I mean, I really like it. I try to make sure that my videos are out early enough so that people can have them during the rest of their day. I think it's very, when I was younger, there was a radio station that I listened to before every day of going to school. Not that you need to know this story, just kind of explaining why I actually choose the methodology for the time that I release the videos. And I remember it was amazing every single morning just being able to wake up and listen to that on my way to school. It was a very it was nice. It's nice to have something to look forward to. So this is why I actually choose the time frame for when I release my videos. Looking through some of the comments now. Someone said, modern investor, hello there, bud. What's your story? Any take on holding silver and gold? I tried many years ago, and I think it was just simply bad timing. I tried to get into the gold and silver space. And then like a month or two later, like I was really into it as well. I was watching tons of videos on like gold and silver and stuff like that on YouTube. There's like a huge community of it as well. There was one guy, I remember he was really inspirational, I kind of want to say. He apparently said he was like really in debt. I think him and his wife were having issues. The kid couldn't get socks or something like that. I forgot what it was. And he said every single day on his way home, he used to always buy like fast food, and he'd buy like candy and all this other stuff. And one day he was like, I'm not going to buy it anymore. And all the money that he saved up, he was actually putting into, I think, just directly into silver. I think he had some fragments of gold. And he's buying tons of silver. And I think by the end of like 2 years, I think he had like $60,000 in silver. And I sat there and I was like, what? That's absolute. That was like exactly what I desired to be, to have, to do. So I tried getting into gold and silver. And then eventually, I'm not joking, I started reading articles about digital gold, and I like got more into it, and I fell down the rabbit hole. And this is exactly how I got into the cryptocurrency space. It was these really weird, I was looking for alternative investments. I had already gotten into real estate. I hadn't gotten into art yet. And then all of a sudden I got into the idea of gold and silver. And then I was reading about like the major gains from some digital nerd money. And I was like, what is that? And lo and behold, here I still am. Someone said Bitcoin ain't going anywhere, people. Could be. You know, you never really know. Someone said, glad to see you're back. Thank you very much for being glad to see that I'm back. Because it was very annoying not being able to make videos. I can't explain it. It's like I've been doing it. If you know, I do this like every single day. Like crypto is a huge portion of my life, and waking up in the morning and not really knowing, I didn't know what to do with myself. I'm used to like making a video on here. I'm used to making multiple videos on my other channel. And then it was kind of like, what do I do with myself? So I was kind of, I was getting fresh air. So something I feel like I should have been doing. Someone said we need a bull run before a government shutdown. Is that happening? Did I miss something? Is something else like that happening? Someone said there are two solutions to consider within that time. Update the mechanism so that behavior is predictable. Remove the ice age entirely. That was one of the main things in 2017 when it was proposed for the Ethereum ice age, is to simply not have it, or to just simply, Ethereum the books that are going to be written about Ethereum later on are going to be just absolutely amazing, because I wonder what's happening behind the scenes. There's so much money flowing through Ethereum. If you didn't, again, if you didn't see that video on Twitter, really just watch it. Like the stuff that has to be happening behind the scenes with Vitalik Buterin are sick. The amount of money, the presidents, the governments who are talking to him kind of one-on-one, I feel like it's all happening. I want to say the words on purpose. Someone said, can you review about Phantom? You must be new here. I know. Sorry. Someone said, what do you think about XRP and Tezos? I have 38 bajillion times spoken about XRP. You should know, there should be no confusion as to how I feel about XRP. I've mentioned it many other times in my other videos. Tezos is a coin that I'm trying to understand. And I don't mean like the technicals of it. I'm trying to really get it, because there's so many other coins that are going to be staking, especially next year. Ethereum and Cardano are supposed to be two of them. We're getting to the situation where now people are falling over themselves for Tezos simply because this is like the new staking side income, passive income cryptocurrency kind of thing. I don't hate Tezos, but I also am wary of it. I feel like many other coins will probably have very strong gains compared to Tezos. However, that does not mean that Tezos won't do well or won't perform spectacularly in the coming years. Oh my goodness. Thank you very much, Damien, for your donation. Great to see you live again. Here's to hoping for a huge 2020. Have a safe new year. Keep up the great work. Cheers. I give you a big digital hug. Thank you very, very much. Do you know how long I've been waiting for this year? Do you know how long I think I told you all before, I'm a futurist. I love the idea of the future. I love the idea of what future technology will do for medicine. I love the idea of what future technology will do for people in general, to helping everyone. And I'm also very into the idea of things becoming digital, and things becoming digital as far as money as well. I've been waiting for the year 2020 for a very long time. Thank you very much on Crypto with Lionel for your donation. It says, hello, everybody. Thank you very, very much for the support, for the donations. I do appreciate every single bit of it. You have no idea. Thank you very much, Kavorka, for your donation. It says, also listen to you every morning while commuting to work. What is your opinion about crypto collectibles and art? Are you interested in that? You're the first person to ask me something like that. That is the first time I've ever heard anything proposed to me in that way. Now, hear me out. Remember, we had there. I think it still exists. There was a cryptocurrency platform called Decentraland. It's not really. I don't think it's in the top 200 anymore. I have no idea what number that coin is. The idea was that in the future things will be virtual. Things will be completely digital, and that we will be able to buy digital land. Around the end of 2017, 2018, when I think the coin first got started, people were using the Decentraland website, platform, cryptocurrency space, whatever you kind of want to call it, and people were actually buying digital land. I think they were buying it for several $100, $200, $300, $400, $500, $600, and then about not even a year, about 6 months later, people were selling those pieces of land for $13,000, $14,000, $15,000 US dollars. A very hefty profit. The entire idea was that, once again, in the future, here's where it became really interesting, because it was no longer the same exact way that people were like, oh man, who needs crypto? It's digital. You can't touch it. You can't hold it. What's the point of it? It's the same exact way. The idea was, in the future, if we have VR headsets, if we have AR headsets, if we have all this other stuff, we can go into these digital worlds. We can have our own digital land, and inside of these spaces where people want to do advertising, want to make their own video games, all this other stuff, you can have your own land, and on that land you can have people pay you for advertising. It's kind of think of having land in the real world, but having that inside of a video game. You can rent out your space, you can have an art gallery, you can have a casino, you can have all this other stuff. It was amazing. I think a lot of that stuff got pushed down during the course of 2018 as the prices were going down, and people were like, meh, but I think it's going to pick up a lot. This is why I think. This is why I think we've been seeing a lot of the other sports companies who've been like making their own digital collectibles and digital this and digital baseball bats and digital so-and-so and digital like baseball cards and digital. I think things are going to start moving in that direction. I think it'll take me a while to really get into that scene, because I don't know what's going to take off. When this all becomes a major part of our world, I assume within the next 5 to 10 years, we'll see an uptick in major interest, and that'll be if it has major staying or sticking power. When I see an indication that all of this is going to last for a very long time, because keep this in mind, it's not just going to be one company who makes like crypto collectibles. It's not going to be just one company who starts like digitizing art. It's kind of the same exact way when the internet was just becoming really big, and then we had about 38 bajillion different websites, and about 90% of them completely crashed down because they weren't really needed, necessary, accessible. People didn't want them. They were just kind of jumbles of things. Like, remember that one website where the guy was selling 1 pixel on his screen? Like, I think it was $1 a pixel, and he had 1 million pixels, and he made $1 million. It's genius. But who would use it? Who's going to that man's page now? And the entire point being, I see a future for them. I mentioned before, I noticed in the very beginning when I used to play a lot of card games, like monster card games, dragons, fighting, wizards, all this other stuff. And when they first started going digital, I was like, no one's going to use those. Who wants to play those games? It's kind of ridiculous. And then lo and behold, there's a whole bunch of different platforms out there. Even even Magic the Gathering now is digital. Hearthstone, all this other stuff, they're becoming very, very popular. And I definitely see collectibles also becoming this way as well. There's also a thing as well. What was the other thing that we were talking? Sorry, wait, talking way too fast. What was the other thing that we were just talking about a couple of weeks ago, where the people from Nike were trying to make, I think it was called like digital kicks or crypto kicks or blockchain kicks. It was some type of digital crypto coin thing that would be tied to like a sneaker or something like that. So I think it's going to take off. If you have the right advertising, anything can take off. Will I invest in them? Realistically, I give you a strong probably. And I say strong probably just because if I can make a lot of money from it, I'll probably get into it. Will it have lasting power? Staying power? Who knows? But I think it could be kind of fun. Thank you very much, Sin City, for your donation. It says, in your announcer voice, can you... I don't even know how to say that. Let's get ready to rumble. I think that was it. Please don't make me scream again. I know my neighbors already hate me. Please don't make me scream again. Yeah, hope I said that correct. Someone said the modern investor loves XRP. I love many things, and I love money. And if something can make me money, then I will also love it. So there you go. Someone said, do you like Bitcoin? I assume that question was for me. No, I hate Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a coin, and I hate it. Someone said ADA for the win. Tezos is legit. Yeah, listen. It's not that I don't think that it's not legit or that it's fake or whatever. It's just that I'm wary of a lot of new coins. If you've been here for a year or a year and a half or 2 years on the channel, you remember there were a lot of other YouTubers and a lot of other coins. There were a lot of YouTubers. There are still a couple now. A couple of YouTubers who talk openly about random coins that you've never heard of, telling you to get into them, to put your money into them, and then these coins collapse and then people lose their money. It's very, very risky. Crypto itself is risky. Bitcoin went from 14,000 to 6,000 this year. Crypto is very risky. And just because something is kind of popping up and being added to another number of other platforms doesn't mean that I'm supposed to love it. I try to, I know it's difficult, but I try to remove emotion as much as possible. You've all heard me ranting, so sometimes I'll admit sometimes I can't do it, but you understand. How much? Someone said, how much Tezos do I need to buy a home? Is that like future price or now price? And if it's now price, also depends on the size of your home. Remember when people were like, a major discussion in 2017 and 2018 was like, when I cash out, like how much do I need for a home? It depends on where you are. If you're in Canada, if you're in Vancouver, you're gonna need a lot of money. If you're in, what's another place? Mexico, I think the price of a home is significantly less expensive depending on where you look. Same with Thailand. If you're trying to get a place in like Norway, the price goes up. Depends on where you live and what kind of house you want. If you want like a what are those things called? Like a mini home, a small home, micro home, mini home. What's the name of that TV show? Love My Small House. My house is small. Where's my small house? I forgot. What was it called? Mini living. Yeah, those people were buying houses for like 20, 30,000 and stuff like that. So there you go. Thank you very much. Diamonds on my wrist for your donation. It says, want to thank you for your service. I truly appreciate your work. My morning just isn't the same when I can't hear from you. Please find an alternative source to post videos. Don't want to lose you. Right. That is the other discussion that we have to have. I've seen a couple of other people mention other platforms. A lot of them have looked similar to what Steam used to look like. You know what I would love? And I mean this wholeheartedly, and I mean this in the most honest way humanly possible. It would be great it would have been great if the people from Tron, instead of spending that money to have dinner with Warren Buffett, instead of them paying $100 million, it was $100 million. You know how much $100 million is? That's an extreme amount of money. I wish that they had taken that money to make a decentralized platform. There aren't many right now, and there aren't many that are, I don't want to use the word reliable. I would love if even a voice from the people from EOS became that as well, because I would love to have an alternative platform. I think YouTube is okay, but it's not nice having my videos taken down, or me not being able to post or talk to all of you, or live chat. I was also banned from live chatting as well. I was banned from live chatting. I was banned from a couple of like features on YouTube because of the maliciousness of someone else. So I'm hoping that not this year, in 5 days in 2020, that someone also announces the making of a mega decentralized platform for posting videos, even if it's something just like crypto videos, just something, because it was a bit of a, I don't know. I want to use the word shock, but I feel like I definitely should have seen it coming. Hopefully we find something that is properly stable. Reading through the comments. Thank you very much, Rainy Steps. It says, I really appreciate your honesty. I try. I think it's pointless lying or just being, I don't want to use the word fake, because I think there are a lot of other crypto YouTubers, and I think there are a lot of other people who try to, I think, just protect who they are, or like protect their brand and all this other stuff. But I've gotten to the point where I feel like it's completely pointless lying. Like, this is what I've said before. Like, I've spoken down about Bitcoin. I may like Bitcoin, but if Bitcoin messes up, I talk negatively about it. If something isn't working, or if something isn't going right, I talk negatively about it. I like XRP. If things don't go well, I'll be like, hey, there's a problem here. I have EOS. If the people from EOS aren't doing well, if there's stolen funds, if there's stolen whatever, blah, 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 I'll talk about it as well. So I try to do as much as I can, because I think, especially in a space like this, I think it's very good that we're all honest with each other as much as possible, however we can. Thank you very much. Cool. Oh, no, wait. Oh, wait. It says Coldy in 3D. Oh my gosh, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's you. Crypto artist Coldy 3D. It says, I'm a Patreon and crypto artist, sell on superrare.co. Hello. We get to finally talk and digitally meet. Hello to you, crypto artist Coldy 3D. That was awesome. Thank you very much. On Crypto with Lionel, it says, about tokenizing things. The ability to tokenize your car is interesting. Would you tokenize a Cybertruck? Yes. Maybe. Do you mean like a truck that's in the digital world, like on Decentraland, or do you mean like a real one? Because the thing that really, I mean, I got really hyped on this one last year. We had information from the people from Uber that Uber was going to be releasing their own self-driving fleet of cars. About a week later, we had news from the people from Tesla that they were going to be releasing their own super driving solo fleet of cars. No humans behind them, just the actual car driving itself. And one of the things that kept on popping up in different articles were talking about the actual future where, when we have autonomous driving cars, that we'll be able to also buy portions of them ourselves. I think people who've been here before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It kind of comes down to the fact that if you and 9 of your other friends wanted to buy a Tesla, and the Tesla cost $100,000, and you all put in $10,000, you'd be able to write on the blockchain that you each own a 1/10 of that car. You can then tell that self-driving car, download Uber, download Lyft, download whatever you have in your country, and go out and pick up people on the street, whoever needs an Uber, a ride, whatever. And then once they get into that car and they pay and they tap their phone and they pay you automatically, however people are paying with all these autonomous things, you and all of your friends would get an equal cut of that actual ride. And if your car is electric and it's running 24 hours a day and it can self-charge itself and all this other crazy futuristic stuff, then you and your friends are making good money all the time. Would I do that? Absolutely. You don't know how many discussions I have with friends about self-driving cars. You can't even begin to imagine. It might even be a bit unhealthy how many conversations I have with my friends about crypto, self-driving cars, and buying property. it's a little out there. Sometimes I have to stop myself. Like I try to meet up with friends and I'm like, okay, shut up now, because I know you're annoying them. That part, yes, absolutely. Not sure if you meant that, but I would most certainly do that. A digitized truck? Yes. I mean, if I can make money off of it, then sure. Yeah, sure. I side note, I definitely plan on tokenizing, digitizing, blockchainifying a Tesla, if not like 10 Teslas at some point in the future. If that doesn't sound cool to you, I have no idea what does. Listen, imagine you own 10 cars and they're driving themselves around all day just making you money while you live on the beach. That is sounds like the life. Oh, here's a good one. Someone said, thoughts on the time traveler now, TMI? I don't know. I'll tell you what my friend thinks if you kind of want to hear that story. I have a friend who thinks and thought that the Bitcoin time traveler, I don't want to say that they thought that the time traveler was real, but they I have interesting friends. So my friend thought that the time traveler for some reason got entangled with other time travelers, and maybe there was like a not a mix up, but there was, I can't even explain what he said to me. I sat there and I listened to him and I supported what he had to say. I thought the time traveler thing was fascinating because that person had the prices right. What was it, like 7 years in a row? And then you also get there we go. That's what it was. My friend was like, well, maybe it was governments or banks or whatever knowing that the price was going to hit there, but then simply they stopped it because they knew that it was going to go up there and they wanted to stop and accumulate more crypto for themselves. So I myself thought it was a fascinating story. I will tell you with my hand raised to the air, if Bitcoin had hit $100,000 this year, I would have slightly freaked out because that would have made everything else true. And a lot of that story that we heard was very dystopian. So it would have been a situation where I would have informed everyone I knew to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible. Because the time traveler said in his little thing, he was like, if you own 0.01 Bitcoin, like you're a king amongst kings, and you can go to the Citadel. So I would have informed everyone I knew to buy at least 10 million Satoshis, and let's get on the boat together. Thank you very much, Starling Lee, for your donation. It says, if the US recession happens during bull run, do you think that will push prices to $250,000 per Bitcoin? I give you the answers yes, and I give you the answers no. Why do I say this? Because a lot of people believed and have believed that we should have seen a recession, a stock market crash, if not a heavy stock market slump. Around 2 years ago, we had indications that the prices of the traditional markets were being held up, and even more so this year, we had news directly. I mean, it was everywhere. We even went over it. That I think it was the U.S. Fed that they had pumped. I think it was $100 billion into the securities markets, and then I think they cumulatively had pumped $1 trillion into the markets. And I was discussing with my friends the actual implications of that, where that could lead to, and then we were like, what healthy market needs $100 billion pumped into it? What healthy market needs $1 trillion over the course of a couple of months pushed into it to keep it propped up? One of the major things is the idea that as stocks do well, Bitcoin does bad. The other side of it is, if stocks do bad, Bitcoin does very well. This is the entire thing that we've been hearing for quite a long amount of time. So wait. There we go. So the discussion then goes to, it's a lot. It's kind of like we've seen that Bitcoin's price has been pushed down during this year. And that's because there are a lot of heavy-handed people who are trying to accumulate as much as possible. Are they accumulating because we see that the stock market is going to crash? Are they accumulating or pushing the prices down because they're trying to control and or tame Bitcoin? Are prices moving down simply because people are selling and they're afraid of a recession and therefore they're trying to take out what little bits of money that they have now to be able to put into other investments? Why did Bitcoin go to 14,000? Was the stock market crash supposed to have happened earlier? Like what? There's always tons of questions that kind of flow around this entire thing. I would like to believe that in the event of a recession, that Bitcoin would do very well. The past tells me that as illogical as people are, I could foresee a situation where we get indications that the stock market's crashing and Bitcoin follows down right with it, being pushed down, fear, because the idea is anything tech stocky or anything as an alternative investment other than silver, gold, yada, 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 would get pushed down with the price as well. And I could see after a couple of weeks, if not a couple of months, that Bitcoin begins to finally pick back up because all the people who are pushing the price down have been buying over the counter and there's a lot shorter supply. And that's also leads, I mean, it's just, that was a very deep question. It's really a lot to really cover. And I mean, especially within a couple of minutes, because it's not an easy thing to really say. I don't think it's very black and white in that in entire demeanor. I think we really need not just more adoption and not even just more usage. I think when the fact that we had 3 countries go to the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, and tell them we want to start using Bitcoin, we want to start issuing bonds on Bitcoin. The fact that we have other countries who we know, it's obvious at this point that they're buying up and or accumulating Bitcoin, and Bitcoin hasn't skyrocketed to at least 20,000, lets me know that there's manipulation at hand, afoot, whatever you kind of want to say, and that people are pushing the price down in anticipation for something big. Bitcoin should easily be over $50,000 right now. The fact that we got over 20,000 just off of hype, hope, a wish, a prayer, and a dream, and the fact that we have actual usage and we know that banks are buying and mining and countries are accumulating Bitcoin as well. We know it for a fact that it's happening. And the price is still where it is. Yeah, I mean, it's just, now I'm all riled up. It's insane. Like, none of the market's so, and I don't even think that the market is the word isn't unappreciative. I think whoever is pushing the prices down is doing such a good job because it's causing me to go insane. But it's also this really weird, we all know in our heart of hearts, every single one of us knows that the price should not be down this low. It's so painstakingly obvious. It's, oi, okay. All my breath is gone. Thank you very, very much, Alpha Diallo, for your donation. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much, Dawson Holiday, for your donation. It says, good afternoon, modern investor, XRP versus OmiseGO. There's no contest. They're doing completely different things. I see what you tried to do there. Don't try and make me pit them against one another. XRP is trying to be a bank coin center. I don't know. What they're doing is trying to engulf the entire banking sector. What Ethereum is trying to do is trying to become its own internet, and OmiseGO is trying to help them to create Plasma, which will allow Ethereum to reach skies that we've never seen before. Do you mean like versus like which one do I like more? I favor XRP more than OmiseGO simply because, I mean, XRP is higher on the list. And XRP gives us news all the time. We constantly know what's happening. We constantly know about integrations. That does not diminish the fact that I still like and have OmiseGO, but it would be nicer to hear from them a little bit more. But even then, they're also doing completely different things. They're also trying to make a hyper decentralized. The OmiseGO platform was made for, what's it called? What was it? It was, they wanted to unbank the banked. This is what I think it was. I think the original idea for OmiseGO is that they wanted people who already had bank accounts to simply use them instead. I think that was the main thing that they had announced before. I really hope that they're on their way because I liked OmiseGO a lot. Someone said, hey, TMI, why ETH price should necessarily go up when there will be more apps like DeFi and others based on ERC20 tokens. Well, the ERC20 tokens are running on top of Ethereum. So the entire idea is that the more value, the more stuff you have built on top of you, the more value that you have. So if Ethereum has tens of thousands of ERC20 and ERC 27, 11, and all these other type of coins built on top of it as well, they're all paying Ether in actual network fees to be able to use the Ethereum network. So that gives Ether itself the value, and also the entire thing for the DeFi, they're all supposed to also be built on top of Ethereum when we go from 15 to 3,000 transactions per second. And a lot of DeFi, I think all of them, I don't know, I haven't dug that deep into DeFi itself, but a lot of them you have to lock up Ether in the actual smart contract to be able to use these platforms. It's kind of the same exact thing with EOS. This is one of the main reasons why I was like, okay, EOS could potentially be something very big, because in order to use any app on EOS, you have to buy EOS and then lock it up. You have to stake it as well. So that causes a shortening of supply for the actual token. Someone said Time Traveler updated his post in October 2019. I did not see that. I did not see that at all. What's the most recent prediction? If 250,000 only buys a loaf of bread, do you care? Was that for me? Someone said 817 people watching. Oh, okay. I have 866 people watching now. 193 likes. Thank you all very much for those. Those are swell. Someone said full-blown quantitative easing starting December 31st in permanent repo. Someone said, check the Time Traveler's post now. It's been updated. Smash the likes. It's Saturday night. Common likes and more. Likes to this awesome guy. Someone said, please can you let me know your thoughts on IOTA? Thanks. I mean, do you think it will rise in the next year or two? IOTA's been one of the really weird coins. In the very beginning, I hated IOTA. When IOTA first came out, IOTA was touted as a replacement for XRP, and I was like, it's not. Like, I can tell you right here and now, it's not going to be the replacement to XRP. IOTA has grown into its really own like electronic coin. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. IOTA's had so many partnerships with it was Jaguar Land Rover, it was I think Bosch, it was some other, like 5 or 6 in was it BMW? Multiple car companies, multiple electric companies to be able to use IOTA or their Tangle for transactions passing back and forth. And IOTA's price just kind of kept on going down. I mean, the entire wider cryptocurrency market kept on going down in price, but the fact that we have real indications that the IOTA token is going to be used, if not their Tangle, especially with major companies, the market is very nonsensical. I don't even know if I have IOTA. I don't know if I ever got into IOTA or even bought any. But it's a coin that we see has real partnerships. And it's a coin that is going to be used. To what level? None of us know yet. But I'm shocked a lot of times when coins that don't get spoken about are never used. I mean, not at all. And aren't going to be used or have not had any partnerships within the last year or two. Still pull out huge numbers in their volume and their market cap and stuff like that. And it's like, but no one's using you. So, yeah, IOTA's a tricky one. Someone said if it went to 100K, I would have gone out and got a 2004 Subaru Outback. I don't. What? I mean, if that's your favorite car, then go for it. Someone said, please can you give me your opinion on Chainlink? I do not have one. Are you participating in Proof of Keys? I participated last year. Last year during Proof of Keys, I participated and I put my stuff onto ledgers. I definitely did participate. Thank you very much. On Crypto with Lionel. It says, dude, have you seen The Mandalorian? No. And I've seen the memes for it. They're everywhere. Is that the one with Baby Yoda? I've seen them everywhere and I haven't gotten around to it. I think it's on Disney Plus, right? I think that's where it is. I have Netflix, and I have something else. I have a couple of things. I have not seen The Mandalorian. I've heard it's actually okay. Here, don't throw things at me. So I heard The Mandalorian is better than the last Star Wars. This is what I heard. I heard the latest Star Wars. Still haven't seen it because I'm waiting for the theaters to not be super packed. Wasn't the greatest, but apparently The Mandalorian makes up for it. Like I said, this is what I heard. This is not my opinion. I haven't seen either one of them. This is just what I hear. Someone said almost every bank will use XRP in 2020 through SBI. Japan banks, by the way, OMG is not used by banks. What about lumens? Someone said XRP is the greatest digital asset ever. Mic drop. OMG is asset management. Wow. Some of the questions are here. Someone said, what's Bitcoin time traveler saying? Is that a middle finger? Oh, no, thumbs up. Someone said if you don't hit the like someone said if you don't hit the like button, Professor Wally will come to your house and fight you. I believe that. OMG is trying to be the PayPal of crypto. Someone said aliens are here. What do you think about kava? Is kava a cake? Kava sounds like a cookie I had before. It says Americans can't buy Theta. IOTA is junk. Yes, really. We will hit 100K by December 2021. Yeah, the prices for crypto have ranged anywhere from Bitcoin hitting, what is it? Oh gosh, what are the numbers? So wait, is it here? 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 Yes, some of the numbers are here. Yes. I hope this actually loads. I hope it doesn't. I hope my computer doesn't freak out when this page actually pops up for all of you. Some of the numbers that we have for 2020. Tom Lee says, yeah, he said Bitcoin would hit 25,000 by the end of 2018. Bitcoin will hit 91,000. John McAfee said 500,000 per coin in 2020. And then he changed that a couple times. He said a million. There are a lot of people who think that the mining reward will do absolutely nothing for the price. There's a huge amount of people out there who think that the mining reward won't do a gosh darn thing for the price. And I don't know if I agree with that. Is it just wishful thinking? Like, what exactly could it be? Because I definitely believe that we're going to get to a situation where, as the is not the hype, as the understanding gets real for Bitcoin and people really understand how little there are out there, that'll cause people to start to buy more. We still don't have exact numbers, and this is what I think may be the word is an issue. We don't have indications of exactly how much Bitcoin just isn't really floating around. We have the numbers that we had before from other companies who are like, yeah, this much Bitcoin hasn't moved since this date, this much Bitcoin hasn't so and so, but there's a lot still being bought up as the prices go down. We even had what was the news that we had before? The people from the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ, they both said as Bitcoin's price went down, they were very happy that Bitcoin price went down to 3,000 because they were buying up Bitcoin. So we know that it's being bought up. Go away. There we go. It's just yeah. Someone said, what about Tezos? I think I answered that already. Someone said gold back XRP. I don't know what that means. Nice to see you back on. Opinions on VeChain Thor? I have none. Happy I've traded all my other crypto for Bitcoin 12 months ago. Still happy with that. There's the guy who makes the podcast, What Bitcoin Did. That's actually his main motto. He sold off all his other crypto just for Bitcoin. That's not financial advice. Apparently, it's a lot more... People are more comfortable doing this. It's apparently a lot less stressful than having to worry about all the other coins that are out there. Someone said, oh, thank you very much, Kavorka, for your donation. It says, for crypto utility services, will holding their coins be wise? If they run on Ethereum, how will you value their coins versus Ether by use? Example, Orchid. For crypto utility services, will holding their coins be wise? If they run on Ether, how will you value their coins versus Ether? I'm not 100% understanding that. Will holding their coins be wise? Like a cryptocurrency exchange? I think that's what you mean. Crypto utility service. If they run on Ethereum, how will you value their coins versus Ether? By use? Do you mean like actually like on DeFi platforms when people are locking up the coins? Like how do you get the value from the Ether? I'm just guessing from the wording of it. It apparently has to do with supply and demand. There was a discussion before that the people from Ethereum were thinking about stopping the actual issuance rate of Ether altogether. Not even just the lowering the actual block reward from 5 to 3 to 2 to I think 0.2. It was the idea that they would stop making Ethereum altogether. And if you have even the other discussion, if you have a low issuance rate and a huge amount of Ether is actually then locked up, stored, put away somewhere, and it's not circulating, this causes the market to essentially go crazy and people start buying up more. That smell. So something was burning. I think it's... Is that the tea? I don't know what that is. Anyway. The point is, yeah, I hope that was what you were talking about. How do you value the coins versus Ether? I think that was what you're talking about. Hope that's what you're talking about. Hope that's what you're talking about. So OMG, people have beaten poor little baby Yoda to death. People really know how to overkill things. Thanks to them, I'm sick of seeing the memes. Yikes. One day I saw at least 300 of them. I saw Baby Yoda holding his own head. I saw Baby Yoda drinking tea. I saw him in between a woman's cleavage. I've seen it all. I think every single variation. They definitely made sure that we have Baby Yoda memes for the next 38,000 years. Someone said I don't do drugs. Good. That's good. Someone said Litecoin is junk. Don't need it. Did you look at Celsius is pumped and not even more on CMC yet? Yeah, see, stuff like that. Just because a coin is pumping doesn't mean I'll look at it. Someone said immediately after the halving, nothing will happen. This is it. No one knows. Because people think that we're going to see a move before the halving. People think it's going to be one of those situations like where everyone's kind of waiting for it, so then the price ends up going up and everyone kind of gets really, really hyped, and then, you know, the price goes up, but then after the halving, the price goes back down. Or have we priced it in already? I don't think that Bitcoin's reward getting cut in half and all the other stuff that the information that we've had this year has been priced into the market. I just don't see it at all. None of this. I don't think that any of this has been priced correctly yet at all into Bitcoin's price. And especially with all the fluctuations that we've been seeing the last couple of weeks, it appears that a lot more people are back in the market once again. Like we got to a situation where I think Bitcoin's daily 24-hour volume was like 11 billion or something like that. There's another 7 billion floating around. The interest is definitely there. I don't think it's been priced in yet. It's just a matter of, will Bitcoin get that hype to 100K by next May? That is a very big question mark for me. I could see us hitting 14 to 20,000 again, easily. Easily. 100K, that's another big question mark. Someone said, when you buy art, do you actually hold the item or do you get a certificate? How does that work? It depends. It depends on what kind of art you get. There are a lot of artists on Instagram. There are a lot of artists on different websites. Sometimes when you buy art, you get like a certificate of authenticity from them. Usually you get that if it's like a smaller edition. So if you buy like a print from an artist, sometimes the edition size may be anywhere from 30 to 100, 150. Some have edition sizes of around 450 to 500. And in that case, usually there's some artists that have an edition size of around 20. And if it's very low, they'll give you like an actual certificate of authenticity. This is me, I made this. Other times you usually just have to, I don't know. You just have the actual artwork. Typically, if the art that you've purchased is over, I want to say 1,500, you should be getting a certificate. A lot of stuff you should definitely have a certificate and or a way to verify that you actually made that purchase from that website or from that artist. Very, very important. So someone said, everyone make a baby Yoda holding a Bitcoin. I'm surprised that hasn't happened already. Someone said, a shout out from Brazil. Crypto universe is the most incredible manipulated ecosystem in the world. Awesome. Don't forget to like the video. Cardano. R3, anyone have solid info? Someone said, BeatConnect. Thank you very much, Pickle Rick. It says, shoop shoop. Diddy wop. Hummer hummer. Wang dang. It's actually, I like the creativity that people have as Patreon supporters. I honestly do. Some of them are really fascinating. Someone said, I have 2,000 to invest. I'm scared. If you are scared, then you should not be investing. You need to be doing at least a solid 30 days of some type of research before you put your money into anything. If you are scared of investing, it means you are not ready. Someone said, yeah, no. Someone said, do you think getting 32 ETH would be a good investment? For those of you, I guess, who maybe don't understand that, the idea is what we've been told thus far is that to be able to stake on the Ethereum network, when it has the proof of stake, proof of work hybrid, and or just proof of stake, eventually within the next year and or two, completely just proof of stake, that you will need 32 ETH to be able to not join a staking pool and create the Ether by yourself. As staking pools go, even if you have under 32 Ether, you will be able to stake with other staking pools. But my opinion, I usually don't trust staking pools. I don't like the idea of giving my crypto to someone else or having my crypto locked up. I like owning it. I like holding it. I like it being in my possession where I know I can see it on my computer. And the idea, I don't like things like that. This is the question. Well, this is it though. Is it a good investment? Will Ethereum continue on a downward trend? Will Ethereum have its upgrades within the next couple of weeks? I think 2 of them are supposed to happen within the next 4 to 8 weeks. Will Ethereum have 3,000 transactions per second? If Ethereum has 3,000 transactions per second, how many more companies and coins and ICOs and STOs and IEOs and ERC20 tokens will be built on top of Ethereum? Will they lower the issuance rate from 2 to 0.2? Will Ethereum go back up? I think the highest that Ethereum got before was, I think, 1,400. What happens when Ethereum is actually being used and is not just really hype? Does Ethereum go above 1,400? Does Ethereum go to 10,000? What's the word? The numbers that we had before, when people were talking about the future of the cryptocurrency space and where the crypto coins prices could go, Ethereum was constantly quoted as around above or at $4,000 sometime in the future. Will that happen? Nobody knows. This is it. This is the ridiculous part. Someone said, smell burning, TMI stroking out. I hope not. Maybe somebody's cooking somewhere. Don't talk bad about me. I feel bad now. Should have never said anything. Someone said the smell is lumens burning. I'm not going to even go there. Give me half a second. Had some tea with me because I knew. Yeah, I think my voice is just tired. Been talking for a while now. I actually don't know how long the video has been going on. Someone said, hey, modern investor, great to hear your 500 words a minute voice back from the UK. Cheers. Hello to you. I'm glad I could make your evening talking as fast as I do. I have a problem. I talk sometimes and I realize, I don't want to say blackout. That seems a bit too dramatic. I kind of just don't go here. I go somewhere else, and I keep talking until I notice like a squirrel or something, and then I come back to reality. Welcome back to the space, TMI. Someone said, I have seen exactly 0 Baby Yoda memes, and I hope it stays that way. Stay off the internet. It's the only possible way. There's no other way to get around this. Someone said, I have never felt compared. I have never felt compared, or I assume that's compelled, to buy ETH. Yeah, I mean, it's not for everybody. I like Ethereum because, I mean, once again, watch the video I posted on Twitter. It kind of gives a huge indication as to why I think Ethereum is going to make it. Someone said ETH giveaway is a scam. Any website, any YouTube channel that tells you that they're going to give you something for free is a scam. Like, unless it's like a, hey, giveaway, you can have one, you can have one. If someone says, give me one, I'll give you 10, my friend, you are being scammed. Someone says it's priced in. Someone said, no, we have not. Someone said, stay away from those giveaways. Someone said, TMI, what is your cash out plan? I'm thinking sell Bitcoin for USDC staked on Nexo to earn 8% interest while waiting for dips to accumulate more BTC during price dips. I don't think I have a cash out plan. I will probably not. I'll tell you honestly. I will probably not this century. Century? Decade. This decade. Century. Oh my gosh. Probably not this decade be cashing out of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes to 50,000, it will have solidified itself even more in my eyes. If Bitcoin goes to 200,000, that means that Bitcoin is probably not going anywhere ever. It will be a reserve currency at that point, and you won't have to sell it. As far as a cash out plan, I have cash out plans for the other altcoins that I still hold. I do think that any major run up in the market will cause those coins to also run up. And I plan on never really cashing out 100%. For some coins, I'll cash out a good 75%. For other coins, I'll cash out around 50%. I don't think there are many altcoins that I'm only going to cash out around 25%. Maybe one. It's like a huge hedge, like maybe I'll keep you. But a lot of other stuff, I have very specific prices as to when I'm going to sell. Very specific prices. I think we're going to hit them in the next bull run. This is, of course, speculation. When I do, I don't think I'll be cashing out into a stable coin. I'll be cashing out into investment properties. I have my eye on a couple of places, and that I think will be my cash out plan. And then the other, once I have purchased other investment properties, those then, that the rent from those will probably be used to be pushed back into crypto in some sort of way to continuously reinvest. But I feel like for my portfolios, I already like having real estate. I want more real estate. And as just like a hedge against crypto, I think crypto will do exceptionally well, but there's always that if. And the idea is that people will always need a place to live. Therefore, yeah. Someone said, TMI, you have probably answered this 1,001 times, but what crypto coins do you hold? I hold, for those of you wondering, Bitcoin, Ether, XRP. I do not hold Tether. I do not hold Bcash. I think I have some Litecoin from many years ago. I think I still have some Litecoin. I have EOS. If I have any Binance coin, it's from the heavens. I have not personally bought any Binance coin. I do not have BSV. I don't think I have any Lumens. If I do, it's from some magical spaceship that I didn't call. I do not have Tron. I do not have Tezos. I think I have some Cardano as well. I think. I'm pretty sure. Was Cardano ever 1 cent? That feels like a number that I would have purchased around. I don't know how much. I don't think it's a huge astronomical amount. I I don't think I have any IOTA. I definitely do not have any Dash. I do not have any VeChain Thor. I did have 1 million Doge at one point. That was kind of fun. This was many years ago. I did have 1 million Doge. Good times. I have OmiseGO. There's like 2 I'm missing. I can't remember what they are. They're not in the top 50 anymore. There were 2 other ERC20 tokens that I also have. My other computers that are just not in use, they still have those coins on them, and they have not been sold yet. Someone said, I buy comic book art. That's actually, I used to, oh my gosh. Now that you mention it, I used to really love comic books, and I used to, I want to say invested as a kid, but it was more like me just kind of throwing money all over the place. I used to buy comic books as investments. And don't hate me, I sold a lot of them to get into other investments. But it was fun for a long time. I used to love comic books. Any thoughts on Liberty OS? No. We won't hit 100K until the end of 2021, start of 2020. I saw that a lot. I keep seeing people say that, and I don't know if it's not to be mean. I don't know if it's people just mimicking other people, or if that's like, I think it wasn't Tone Vase. It was one of those people, one of those along that line, one of those people who say things, but those things never really happen. Like I said, forgive me. They were talking about that we won't see a bull run until the year like 2023, and I'm like, yeah, but no, I don't think that's completely correct. So, but once again, I mean, we'll see, sir, whoever just said that, if we actually get to that situation where we don't do it until 2023, then I'll go back and I'll shake your hand in some sort of way and be like, you were right. Thank you very much, T. York, for your donation. It says, thank you for all you do. I try. I do try. Oh, I skipped one, skipped 2, skipped 1, skipped 1, skip 1, skip 1, 2, 1, 1. Okay. Thank you, Sergeant Crypto, for your donation. He said, that's not how staking pools work. Look at ADA. Yeah, they're all different. They're all not the same protocol. Jeez Louise. Someone said, welcome back from banishment. Glad to hear you again. That's nice. I know what you meant by it. Banishment sounds so intense. Someone says staking is good, 7% on ADA. All I need to be happy is TMI and Rick and Morty. Has anyone been watching the latest episodes? I think I missed the last 3 of them. Caught the first 2 or 3? Not completely caught up yet. Someone says, does anyone else think that Litecoin is really cheap at the moment? And if it pumps, there are more gains to be made. Good question. Someone said, TMI, you funny. Micro Machines, guys. Some of the comments are funny. Someone said, I speed up your videos to 1.5 to 1.75. How can you hear me? There are some times, I tried it before. I was listening to one, I don't remember which video it was. There was some video, I tried putting it on 1.5 speed. I sounded like it was like a chipmunk on something that you probably shouldn't be taking. I sounded ridiculous. I don't know how people can even understand me. But I don't know. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. Yes. If you need to listen to me faster, Godspeed. That's crazy if you can understand me. Someone says, can you cover taxes if cashing out? Depends on where you are. Someone said TMI says he won't cash out this decade. Well, that's easy to say with only 3 days left. I'm in the next decade. I'm in exactly 10 years. Take this day and give me 10 more years behind it. Someone said 93% of portfolio is in BTC. Okay, I mean, which is own. Someone said 2017 bull run. What price you cash out for XRP and BTC? I didn't cash out. I just kept on buying. Someone said, where are you looking to buy real estate? A good question. I thought about stuff in Montreal. I thought about stuff in Italy. Thought about stuff in France. I did think about stuff. No. I looked before in Bali. To rent in Bali is very cheap, but for some reason to buy real estate there is a little pricey. So that was also not really something on the list. I did look at New York for a while. If you've seen the prices in New York, good luck. It's a little much. I'm looking for very long-term holds. Every time I buy real estate, I never intend on selling unless I really this. If something happens, like a monster lives inside there, like a ghost of a Victorian child or something like that, and I have to sell it, then so be it. But as of now, I only buy. I want to accumulate because I want to have these like super long-term holds. But also I want to just, when I do hopefully eventually have kids, it will all be passed down to them. I want to have like a huge legacy for them. I want to make sure my kids have a very not easy life. I just want to make sure they're comfortable. Someone said, do you gamble? No, I mean, I don't traditional gamble. People call cryptocurrency gambling and real estate investing gambling. So in that aspect, yes, that's a maybe. Someone said, imagine being as rich as the as the people in Altered Carbon. That's the goal. If you've never seen Altered Carbon, please do yourself a favor. It's not a word. Do yourself a favor and watch Altered Carbon. It is probably one of the best TV shows ever made. The rich people on that show, they're not even rich. They're just money. Like they are actual money. It's a little insane. How high do you think XRP can go? My waiting points, if we hit 360 before, I'm assuming I'm waiting for anywhere between $5 to $10. That's my personal waiting time. As far as the full future of it, I don't want to use the word sky's the limit. I don't think we're going to see $1 million XRP because of how many there are. But I think it can perform relatively well. However, I'm aiming for the $5 to $10 mark. Someone said, any ETC? No, I do not have any ETC. Are you still mad for Stellar burning the coin? Did you see, what's his name? Charlie Lee gave not an announcement. He said something a couple of weeks ago, and it was almost exactly what I said. In a decentralized world, you shouldn't be burning anything. If you're going to burn the Lumens tokens, especially, I think all those coins were supposed to have been airdropped, given, distributed to people around the world over the next couple of years, and now they're all gone. If the people from XRP had done that, I think the earth would have cracked open and people would have lost their ever-loving minds calling XRP a security. The people from Lumens do it. They burn, what was it, like billions of coins? And people barely bat an eye. The discussion then goes back to the entire security thing. It is what it is. Me and Lumens aren't really friends. I wish them the best of luck in their endeavors. But in the future, the market will show us, see us out the door. Do you manage your real estate rentals yourself, or do you outsource to a management company? Do you recommend single or multi-tenant? I do not manage them myself. It is impossible. There are some of them in other countries. I do have management companies. I recommend them as well. Make sure you really do research on them. Some of them can be abysmal. Some of them can be lackluster, and others can make your life absolutely fantastically easy. As long as they're charging anywhere between 10 to 15%, 15% is like the whole shebang. If they're doing 10% of fees or less, they're probably your management company. Do you recommend single or multi-tenant? Me, myself, I don't know what my fascination is with single tenant. I like two things. I like multi-roomed flats. I love the idea of getting something that families can live in. I read an article a couple of years ago, and it was discussing what the future of homes will look like. If you've never been to Paris, if you've ever been to Paris, Paris is a very good indication of exactly what the world is going to look like in about a good 20 years. Paris has extremely tiny flats, extremely tiny. But they're that tiny because the world is moving to kind of put it straightforward, the way that the world is evolving is that there are going to be more single people than ever before over the next coming years. And that's going to lead to an increase in the amount of people who want studio apartments. Studio apartments are usually very easy to acquire as opposed to a 2, 3, 4, 5 bedroom place. And therefore, studios could also be, as far as I've seen as well, very good investments going into the future. Multifamily, for some reason, I haven't done them. I've seen a lot of people who've had like great success with them. Me, myself, I do not own any multifamily simply because I have this fascination with just owning like single flats. Either studios or 1 bedrooms or 2 bedrooms. This is kind of like what I like to accumulate. Someone said buy in Amsterdam. I did think about that. Amsterdam's prices are also getting completely insane. You should be looking for cities. I mean, there are tons of great cities to buy in. There are tons and tons and tons. I think Copenhagen has a restriction on. I think if you're not Danish, you can't buy there. I would say London. We'll see in about 31 days. Paris is good. Barcelona is very good. New York is, I think, always relatively a good buy unless you're like in a recession. There are many, like there's so many, like Miami is also always burning hot. It's really insane. There are tons of places to buy real estate. It's just kind of all over the place. Where was I? Someone said, unfortunately, like Bali. Wait, where'd it go? Fortunately, Bali, you can't buy real estate unless you're a citizen of Indonesia. I checked around before, and I think this is what I read. You can buy it as long as you have money. That's what I saw. Someone said, stay away from Cali. Buy real estate on Sunshine Coast, Australia. I think I've also heard. I think Perth and oh gosh, what was the other place? I think it's Perth and Melbourne are supposed to be the not up and coming places, but apparently I think money's flowing heavily to these places. Someone said, TMI, do you have a day job? If not, what did you do in your past life? My past life, I think I was a hamster. Maybe I was a. Someone told me once I was a passenger on the Titanic, and I think I walked away from them. Before this is kind of my job, YouTube. This and the other channel, this is my main everything. This is kind of what I do. I also used to sell stuff on Amazon. I sold stuff on eBay. I had a lot of other ventures. I've never wanted to work a 9 to 5 ever. When I was younger, I worked at not a comic book shop, but it was like a comic book board game action figure type shop. And I quit after like 2 days. I hated that I had to like clean tables and mop the floors after the nasty customers had left. And then I worked in retail for a bit. That also no. My boss thought that they could scream at me on the headset and that I wouldn't scream at them back. And reality check, they tried to curse me out and I cursed them out as well. And I realized that the headset was on and that everyone else who was wearing a headset in the store also heard me. So I just stopped kind of coming to work. So I've always wanted to do things that didn't require me. I hate being told what to do. I hate it. I like having my own schedule. I like doing my own things. Unless people like really like teaching me to do something, I don't like being spoken down to. It drives me absolutely insane. I can't stand it. Thank you very much, Nefarious Technology, for your donation. It says, glad you're back. Great content. Thank you for having me back. Scrolling down. Thank you, Lollipop. Interesting name. For your donation. It says, TMI, thank you for what you do. A unique investment that I made is investing in professional poker players. It's done me well. Do you own them? How does that work? How do you they make money for you? I feel like I just have no idea how that could even possibly work. Can you explain to me how investing in professional poker players works? Do you own them? Someone said, are you planning to cash out in Monaco tax-free? If you want to... so there was an article I read, I think it was from like Forbes or something like that, and it was like tax havens. In order to be a resident of Monaco, I think you need to own Monaco real estate. If you've never seen how much real estate costs in Monaco, you're in for a shock because it's not cheap. A studio that's around 25 meters squared. That's around 250 square feet. Just a rough estimate between both of them is around €1 million. 1.35. It's a lot of money, like $1 million. It's kind of insane. You have to have a flat there, and I think you have to be able to register with the council. It's like a really weird thing because so many people used to do it years ago and still do it now to get that tax haven status. That they make sure that not everyone can. I mean, not everyone has €1 million, but that not everyone can simply just buy one. Say, oh yeah, I have a place there. They want to make sure. I think it has to be your actual residence. But I mean, if the future is bright enough, sure, I would love to cash out in Monaco tax-free. Someone said first live stream from TMI. No, it's the first one in a long time though. Definitely need to get back into it. Someone said McLean. Someone said PPP. Someone said, just want to thank you for your hard work in bringing us the news, TMI. Thank you. I try my best. I was referring to traditional gambling. I think I get it. I still don't know if you own them. Someone said single and duplex. Someone said, hello, OG TMI. Great work. Love your streams. Forever alone. Oh, that's sad. Only in the cities. Canadian cities are all about suburban sprawl. TMI, my everyday crypto news in the morning before work. New construction builds of condos are small room size square footage. There's a lot of like those we call them like micro flats. They're becoming insanely popular, and there's like a huge demand for them because there are a lot of single people. And this trend is expected to continue. Like whenever you see like those like super dystopian movies where everyone lives in like a little tiny box, that's expected to be a major trend in the future. What year did you get into crypto? I think it was 2012 or 2013. I can't remember the exact time. I remember Bitcoin, I think, was the only coin, and I think Litecoin had just come out. It was like very, very beginning. Like everyone was just focusing on Bitcoin. There was WorldCoin, Vertcoin, Ember Coin was another big one. There were all these weird coins you just don't see anymore. I'm sure they still exist. I'm sure the blockchain is maybe still functioning, but it's been at least 6 years, if not 7.5, 8 years. I'm going to say 2013 is a more accurate time frame, but it's definitely been it's been a while. Someone said Panama. Yes. Someone said Portugal. I also heard Portugal is very good as well. I did start looking at stuff in Lisbon. Apparently, it's still relatively inexpensive. I think a lot of artists, from what I read, are moving to Portugal. And I think, and also Barcelona as well. I think I like the idea of Barcelona more than Madrid because Barcelona is on the directly on the beach. I was looking at stuff in Barcelona as well, and the prices there weren't too crazy. And even next to Barcelona, there's a city called Badalona, Badalona. It's like, imagine where you live crossing the street, and there's Badalona, and it literally right next to it, and the prices dropped to like I think half the price or 1/3 the price of what it is in Barcelona. So I was looking there as well. Someone said Berlin's still good. I've heard that as well. What? Jeez, hold on. Yeah, okay, it flew down. Thank you very much, Cordovanby, for your donation. Glad your channels are your day job. You are really appreciated. And I appreciate that you appreciate me. Thank you very much. for your appreciation that you appreciate. What is it to get started in real estate overseas? Money. That's all it is. I read a lot of articles as far as like to buy stuff overseas, and the only restriction always was just money. They usually, often don't care where you're from as long as you have the money to buy it. It's usually all they care about. Greece is more affordable than ever. I have a couple of friends. It's a very first world joke. It's kind of sad, actually. It makes me realize who my friends are. I've definitely had conversations with friends about waiting till prices dropped in certain countries, and Greece was one of them, to be able to scoop up a whole bunch of stuff. There's also a whole bunch of towns in Italy where you can get real estate. I think in Sicily as well, like near Sicily for like a euro. The contingency is that you have to renovate it yourself, of course, but if you have like 50,000 to put into it, then there you go. Someone said Perth is down hard. Country of Georgia, Bermuda, Tennessee. True red philosophy. TMI is altcoin daily your brother. Yes. No, I'm so joking. I'm joking. No. Someone said glad you're back. Thank you for having me back. Someone said you've covered before. What is your favorite hardware wallet? Do you like Trezor or hard wallets? I like oh gosh, what's it called? This is terrible. I'm getting really tired. How long have I been doing this for? I think I've been live streaming for a while now. I like ledgers, and that's only because I started out using ledgers, and me personally, I like the way that ledgers work. There are a lot of people who like I almost said Tezos. A lot of people who like Trezor. A lot of people like Trezors. People prefer Trezors over ledgers. I personally have only myself used ledgers, and I like the style of ledgers. I like the sleekness of the ledgers. I like the boxes. I like the way it looks. I like the security of it. So I definitely use them. I have a couple of them. That's me personally, because I want to protect what I have. Someone said TMI best radio voice on YouTube. I try. Someone deleted their message. I'm glad to catch you live. If you bought property, would you get a rental property management to do it or just for yourself? Always, me, myself, I always get a property manager. I can't take care of stuff in the other countries where I already own it. I'm not getting a flight to check somebody in or to check somebody out or to mop up a floor. It's so much more convenient to have a management company. You have to find one that you trust, but it's so much more convenient. Nice to have you back. Someone said, Tim, thank you. Not my name. Someone said, I assume that's TMI. You should do more live videos. I used to do them all the time. I really have to get back into them. Someone said now. Astronaut. Where is it? Thank you very much. Simi.g for your donation. Says, can I get a drop of your eternal gratitude? I give you 15 drops from the bucket of my eternal gratitude. I don't know if you can see it, but it's there. You have many drops now of my eternal gratitude. Nice joke as well. I don't know if people get that one. That's kind of it's not an insider joke, but it's definitely a if you know, you know kind of joke. What about Belize? I don't know. What about Belize? Tell me. All right. Someone said Barcelona is expensive. Barcelona is expensive compared to like the rest of Spain. I think comparatively, Barcelona versus like Miami, Barcelona is less expensive. Barcelona compared to like San Francisco, Barcelona less expensive. Barcelona compared to like Vancouver, yeah. Then, yeah. Thank you very much, Mary Fox Crypto, for your donation. It says new sub. Nice to have you. Thank you very much for your support. I appreciate it. Did you grow up speaking Spanish too? Kind of ish. I spoke Spanish when I was, rather, I understood Spanish when I was younger. I could speak a little bit of it. I completely lost it I kind of have been thinking of moving to a Spanish-speaking country, and I think I need to pick my Spanish back up. Someone said Portugal and Spain are two of the cheapest places in Europe. Yo, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely seen. If you've never been to Madrid or Barcelona, please do so. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful places. And even when you leave those places, Spain gets cheaper as well. Like, I think just the huge metropolitan cities are definitely a lot more expensive, but beautiful places. It's actually kind of unreal. TMI, thanks for everything. Florida was good 3 years ago, now too crazy. Yeah, I have a friend who does real estate in, I think it's Miami. We were video chatting. He was showing me like all the he was in Dubai. He was showing me like all the stuff that they were building over there. And then he showed me like another video that he had taken like of stuff happening in Miami. There's like tons of cranes everywhere. Like it's kind of nuts. Someone said 103 minutes. Okay, that's why my my throat is hurting. Oh gosh, hold on, more tea. Someone said Brexit could drop house prices in the UK. It's also been a discussion between me and my friends. I'm trying not to get my hopes up, but I've wanted a place in London for a while now, and this might be the time. I mean, not fingers crossed. I don't want people to lose the value of their homes. Who knows what the future holds, but I would love to have something in London. Love listening to you as my daily news source. This live video has been fun. Yay, I'm trying. Someone said drops, you mean XRP? Now he got that drip. I don't know what any of that stuff means. Someone says I also use a management company for my distant real estate rental. Well worth the percentage they charge for the yeah. And in the very beginning, I was doing stuff myself, and I was like, it's fine. And then one time I forgot how long the travel was. It was absolutely, and I was like, no. So I only deal with companies now. It's nice in the very beginning when you think you can do it, and after a while you're like, nope. Let's be realistic here. Budapest, also a very inexpensive place as well. Thank you very much, Giovanni Torregosa, for your donation. Thank you very, very much. Budapest is also a very inexpensive place. Maybe not as inexpensive as it used to be a couple of years ago, but it's definitely a place for people looking for bargains. You can get a lot of beautiful, gigantic places in Budapest. Didn't you live in Brighton, UK in the past? I lived in London. I lived in a couple of places. Was in Manchester for a bit, lived in London, was in Edinburgh for a while. Someone said Badalona is okay. I live there. Yeah, I've seen it. It looks beautiful. It looks absolutely beautiful. Like, it looks almost no different than Barcelona, which is directly next door. Someone said, "Are you live?" Yep, I'm live, but not for much longer. I'm almost wiped out. Someone said I moved to London. Oh, nope. Someone said I moved to Lisbon because of crypto. Listen, if you don't know, Lisbon, so what we heard in the news has 0% tax rate when you sell your crypto. You can't get any better than 0%. Someone said only 10 more likes to 400. Come on, people. Beautiful city. Hola desde España. Smash the thumbs up button. All right, everyone. I'm mentally wiped out. I'm very glad I got the live stream. Glad I got to talk to everyone. I like that. I like that we have the technology that I can do all of this with you. If that makes any sense. I like that we're capable of actually discussing things back and forth, talking about it, that I can chat live. It's very cool. A few hiccups in the beginning. Wasn't my fault, but I'm glad that it's all working out now. I do hope that you all enjoyed. Thank you, Rich. Whoa. Thank you very much. Spoodly for your donation. It says, is ETH safe when locked up for DeFi such as Maker? I think it depends on the actual DeFi product. I don't think they're all built the same. I can't tell you that. I mean, it's kind of like saying, like, is it locked up with Coinbase as opposed to Binance? I think certain this is a situation where you really have to do like an enormous amount of research, because listen, you never know what's going to happen to a platform. You never ever know. You might have something that's working out great now, and then a couple of months, years later, the locked up ETH is gone. Someone loses a private key. We've had a lot of stupid